Tana Mongeau strips down to support Biden.
Demi Lovato speaks on her recent split.
And we've got a ton of other stories that you don't want to miss out on right now on I.O.
Welcome back to the Weekly Roundup. I'm your host, Jared Bronstein.
And I'm Mackenzie Smith.
And as you guys know, we've been wrapping our weeks up with this roundup, spilling all the tea, and just, you know what, we've just been creating a big old mess all over the place, just everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, but it's a very fun mess that you guys all know and love. And we are always making the news more entertaining and fun. If you want to see some more videos like this one, just tap that playlist button in the corner of your screen right up there.
Like that song on TikTok, tap, tap, tap. I don't know what the song is. Anyways, stick around to the end of this one, guys. Find some of your comments from last week's roundup. But without any further delays, I say we get right into this week's roundup. What do you say?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
Let's do it.
So James Charles recently bought a puppy, and to no surprise, the fantastic people over at PETA, who have opinions about everything and everyone, had to chime in. Taking to Twitter, PETA decided to post a short little video, seemingly calling out James Charles and a handful of other influencers for buying their dogs, not adopting. They even went as far as claiming that James went out of his way to get the puppy simply to take photos and overall use it for clout. Now, I'm all for animal rights, and I really do love all animals, dogs especially. And when people tend to get a new pet in general, whether it be a cat, dog, bird, snake, whatever it is, they usually take photos of said pet and post them on social media. It's not necessarily for clout, but just because you want to share your bundle of love and joy with the world. Seems that's exactly what James was doing, because I'm not sure how much more clout he could get at this point, and buying a puppy really isn't considered clout chasing, at least I didn't think it was. Either way, PETA's video was captioned, I quote, "Using a puppy for clout is anything but cute. Buying a dog when there are over 70 million homeless animals is just plain reckless." Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are for adopting, and maybe some of you guys are against it. I would rather just get a dog from a breeder. Whatever you personally believe in, I respect that, because we're all human and we all make our own choices based on our own personal beliefs. The fact that there are millions of animals in shelters, at least as per PETA's video, is really heartbreaking, and I wish I could buy a space large enough that I could adopt all of them and just let them run around and live their best life. But I also wish PETA wouldn't euthanize them either after a certain period of time. Of course, they'll justify their actions, saying the dog had temperamental issues due to a previous owner, or was sick, which, if that's the case, I would never want an animal to suffer. But then why can't the same logic be used if someone decides not to adopt? All I'm saying is PETA was looking pretty hypocritical this time around, especially using a YouTuber like James Charles, who's got 20 million plus subscribers, to make an example of. Seems like some clout chasing to me. Now, I will say some of James' fans even urged him to adopt instead of buying, but no one is trying to cancel him for making the decision he made, aside from PETA. And it seemed people were quick to let PETA know, as they got tons of responses, both from fans and haters of James, claiming that they're using his name for clout, or citing the fact that they steal and kill people's dogs, referring to the 2014 incident. Either way, it seems James isn't getting cancelled anytime soon, and to no surprise, this blew up in PETA's face, as do most of their attempts to get support from the people. I don't know, like I don't know. That
one is just, when I first saw it, I was shocked at how many of the replies were negative towards PETA. I actually didn't realize that it had such a negative reputation.
People hate that.
Jared had to inform me.
The intention is there. The whole thing though is just like they like, look, they euthanize a lot of animals.
Yeah.
And it's like,
they do
dude,
a lot of
literally, your whole thing's about saving
out.
them, and then you save them. And then after like 6 weeks, I don't know the number, so I'm not gonna say 6 weeks.
Crazy.
But yeah,
I don't think James should be getting backlash. I think he treats his animals really well. I think he has another dog already. And you know, I think James is probably one of the most responsible YouTubers out there. I think I can say that.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I know he gets in his fair share of drama, but
he handles his stuff really well, like his business endeavors really well.
He's gotten fairly mature, so.
Yeah, so I'm here for him. As Jared covered in an earlier video, Demi Lovato decided to break off her engagement to Max Eric only after being engaged for 2 months. But since the breakup, tons of other drama has gone down that I just must fill you in on. So sources confirm the breakup was because Demi's family and friends were very suspicious of Max, with rumors online swirling that he's a notorious clout chaser and in it for the wrong reasons. And after the breakup, I completely understand their suspicions, because he's been going off on Instagram stories about the breakup and basically begging for Demi back, with him first writing that he learned of the breakup through the tabloids. But he wasn't done, making tons of more stories, spilling some good old tea, as we know and love on this channel, writing, quote, "Please stop trying to thank you next me. I'm just a human being who has to go to work tomorrow AM, where there are families with kids relying on me. And to this moment, we haven't spoken over the phone. We haven't even officially ended anything to each other. Literally, I'm here in real time with y'all. I love Demetria and just want her to be healthy and safe." And then after that, he started posting stories listening to her music, writing captions over the songs, like, "She inspires me every day and is an incredible human being. And I know it's not her writing these stories, it's a machine. I love her unconditionally. And Demetria, I love you always and forever. And lastly, give Demetria the Grammy she deserves." And there is just so much to unpack here. Like, first, the Demetria of it all. Like, I just completely forgot that was her real name, first of all. And second, I hate when people people use full names for things, like it's him weirdly staking his claim on her or something. I don't like that. It's kind of like when your parents would use your full name to like reprimand you. Like it just feels weird. And then second, clearly this guy's bad news because I don't think I've seen such a high profile celebrity like Demi have to deal with her ex making Instagram stories about her. Like it's just so low. But the story is not even over because now that this is generating so much media buzz, thanks to Max, Demi has decided to release a song about all of it, dropping her song Still Have Me on October 1st. And from the hint she gave on Twitter, it's clear the song is about their split. What do you think about all those lovely Instagram stories?
Yeah, I know she just released a song and then Max like posted that the title of the song I think on his Instagram or something.
Oh yeah, he's been using this for maximum clout, it seems.
Apparently, yeah, she was saying like, I don't know what his intentions were. Like I saw a headline something about his intentions. She's like questioning his intentions. I know her friends were questioning his intentions.
Clearly it's all for good reason. Like,
so the sad part is I have no idea who this guy is, and the only reason why I know of him is because he got engaged to Demi.
Yeah.
But apparently he's a big actor.
Yeah.
But I have no idea who he is. And that's not even me trying to disrespect him. Like Max, if you're watching this, I'm not trying to throw barbs here. I'm being honest, man.
But he's doing it, like he's blowing up the story, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, wants the press from
whatever
it,
works, works. They say any press is good press, good or bad, as long as they spell your name right.
Wait, I guess we'll have to see if it is good press, but yeah, this is just crazy. And the Demetria, what do you think about Demetria?
I mean, that's her real name, right?
I know, but I hate that. Like, no one calls her that. Like, it's Demi, it's always Demi. I don't know, I don't like
hate that.
I hate it, like, no.
I think it's more so something that like maybe her mother calls her.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you'd want.
Yeah, like of course, call me Mackenzie, that's fine, but I mean, like if my name, like if I always was calling like a short form and then you call me that, like it's kind of weird, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people call me Jer. A lot of people call me my last name here, Bronstein. So I don't know. People call me Jared. It's just like, don't call me that. No,
And now to Joss for the next story.
Hand it over to you, Joss.
Thanks, guys! Chrissy Teigen shared heartbreaking news on Wednesday that she and her husband John Legend had lost their baby. This came 3 days after she had shared with her fans that she was being admitted to the hospital and needed blood transfusions, but that she and the baby were doing fine at that time. Fans were shocked to read her heartbreaking post on Instagram where she shared some black and white photos from the hospital room. In her post, she explained that they were expecting a little boy, but that they don't pick a baby name until they are born. But they said they had been referring to the baby as Jack while he was in her stomach. They decided that his name is officially Jack and he will always be a part of their family. Not many details were given about what happened or what caused the complications, but Chrissy did share that even after multiple blood transfusions, they were not able to give Jack enough blood and fluids that he needed to survive. Chrissy was only halfway through her pregnancy when all of this happened. John Legend hasn't commented on the subject but shared Chrissy's post on his Twitter and captioned it, "We love you, Jack." Chrissy then tweeted that she was out of the hospital and said, "Driving home from the hospital with no baby, how can this be real?" Though the news has been completely gut-wrenching for fans, she did thank them on their behalf and said that they feel their positive energy and love. Her post ended with a thank you message and reminding everyone that they are grateful for the life that they have and that they are grateful for their two beautiful children, Luna and Miles. She also let everyone know that they will be okay and that they will love each other even harder now to get through this together.
That is that's so bad because I know how hard she has tried to get pregnant over the years and she had to have her other two children through IVF because you know she has those kind of issues and it's just so heartbreaking. She has that miracle. I don't know. There's nothing worse.
I don't even have really words for it. Yeah.
So sad. Our hearts go out to Chrissy and her family.
Yeah, no, that's just heartbreaking. Like that's definitely something that I don't think anybody should have to deal with. Or go through. Sienna Miller revealed details about her time with Chadwick Boseman while filming 21 Bridges together, and if you thought he was a gem of a human before, well, prepare to get those tissues out. In an interview with Empire magazine, Miller recalled how her co-star Boseman, who was also a producer on the film, took a pay cut to ensure she was properly compensated and would want to do the film in the first place. She explained, I quote, "He produced 21 Bridges and had been really active in trying to get me to do it. He was a fan of my work, which was thrilling because it was reciprocated from me to him tenfold. So he approached me to do it, he offered me this film, and it was at a time when I really didn't want to work anymore. I'd been working non-stop and I was exhausted, but I wanted to work with him. This was a pretty big budget film, and I know that everybody understands about the pay disparity in Hollywood, but I asked for a number that the studio wouldn't get to, and because I was hesitant to go back to work, and my daughter was starting school and it was an inconvenient time, I said I'll do it if I'm compensated in the right way. And Chadwick ended up donating some of his salary to get me the number that I had asked for. He said that that was what I deserved to be paid." Referring to his gesture as astounding, she went on to explain, "That kind of thing just doesn't happen. He said, "You're getting paid what you deserve and what you're worth." It's just unfathomable to imagine another man in that town behaving that graciously or respectfully. In the aftermath of this, I've told other male actor friends of mine that story, and they all go very, very quiet and go home and probably have to sit and think about things for a while. But there was no showiness. It was, of course, I'll get you that number because that's what you should be paid. Honestly, it's just unbelievable how
amazing he was.
Like literally, he was a real life superhero.
Fought through cancer, never told any of us until he passed away.
He was literally filming projects. He was diagnosed, I think it was stage 3 in 2016. He was filming projects between chemotherapy and surgeries, like Black Panther, 21 Bridges. He has another one coming out, I think on Netflix, his most recent film. Like, he just did so many, literally, you know,
just
fighting for his life.
Superhero. Seriously, like I wouldn't be surprised if more stuff came out. With all the stuff coming out now, it's like people have these amazing stories about him. Just really like what an amazing human being.
And like, even doing that, like knowing his situation, that, you know, assuming that he wanted to leave his family a lot of wealth and, you know, money just to survive. The fact that he was still willing to, you know, he realized like I have more than enough that I can support my family and still benefit somebody else. Yeah. It just speaks volumes to the kind of person he was. So, you know, obviously a very, very tough loss, very sad loss. And just overall, we just need more people like him in the world, you know? All
right, so now we're going over to Bree, who is in front of the OnlyFans headquarters for our next story. Bree?
Tana Mongeau started her OnlyFans page back in May of this year, and she's been pretty successful on the platform. She and her best friend Ashley Schwan have been selling their exclusive content on their platform for a few months now, but it seems like Tana is taking advantage of her large platform to encourage her audience to vote in such a Tana way. Over the past few weeks, Tana has been very vocal about her stance on the US presidential election and her endorsement of candidate Joe Biden for president. Just recently, Tana made an apology video addressing her racist microaggressions against YouTubers Kaylin Berry and Nessa Briella, where she included a statement on her voting registration and encouragement for her viewers to vote for Joe Biden. The video was dubbed the worst apology video and was seen as distasteful because she included her political stance in the middle of an apology video where she was supposed to be apologizing for her racist behavior, but this hasn't stopped her from talking more about politics and Joe Biden. Though she's never spoken about politics in the past, she seems to be going all in with Joe because she's taking her endorsement for the candidate to the next level. Just recently, Tana posted on social media saying that every follower who sends her a picture of their ballot saying that they voted for Biden will receive a free nude from her OnlyFans page. I can see that her heart is in the right place, trying to encourage people to vote in the upcoming election, but I don't think this is the way to do it. Following this OnlyFans ex-Biden collab of sorts, a few problems have arisen. People are saying that what she's doing is actually illegal. In the US, many states have prohibited ballot selfies, which are basically any picture you take of yourself in a polling station or with a completed ballot. By asking her fans to take a picture of their ballot indicating a vote for Joe Biden, she's soliciting the illegal activities of over 10,000 of her fans who have already submitted their photos. But this is not the only problem with her #BootyForBiden campaign. She's also vote buying. By giving away her nudes in exchange for confirmation of their vote, she's technically buying their votes, and this illegal act can land someone in jail for up to 2 years. Tana made a TikTok about how many people have sent in their ballots, and it was over 10,000 people at that time. So at this point, she very well might see the legal repercussions for this. Already, this election is highly contested, so this act of voter fraud could actually hurt the election's outcome rather than influence it in one way or another. I guess we're gonna have to see what comes of this, but knowing the illegality of her actions, it doesn't look good. Back to you guys in the studio.
So yeah, this is really interesting. You know, she has been away at a scandal for a long time. She comes back for this.
I think she's doing God's work.
You are awful.
No, I think, look, I just genuinely believe if you have a platform and you believe in something, you know, use your platform for your voice. Yeah. And you guys might hate me for saying this, but I say it on both sides. If someone has a big following and they support Trump, they have every right to promote Trump. That's you know.
But I think the issue is I think people would have been better if she would have done more of a Kylie thing where she asked for voter registrations as opposed to votes. Like if people send in their voter registration, then they would have gotten the nude. Like I asking people to vote for your candidate just for a nude photo. I mean, that is a little
is
sus.
Is it illegal though?
No, the illegal part is that she wants people to take a picture of proof that they voted for Biden. That's the illegal part.
Because you're not, it's supposed to be like a secret. You can't
say you can't like disclose that. So I think there's a few issues with this. Like obviously her heart's in the right place and she wants to promote the candidate she wants to do. But it's interesting.
But yeah, people were saying that like on the flip side, even though people are like, oh, she's pro-Biden, I read other people were saying, is she trying to support Trump because all of Biden's votes wouldn't count if they take
Yeah,
pictures?
I saw that. That's obviously like just a little joke.
But like, that's a bit of a stretch. Like,
yeah,
you're
no,
going
that's
for
a stretch. But yeah, all those votes technically could be invalid if they're even real in the first place. I mean, who knows?
I'll be honest.
People are
I'll
telling
be
you
so
real
honest.
stuff.
I'm over all this. I think both of them are just so awful that I just can't wait.
That debate was...
Just can't wait for the election to happen. Whoever gets voted in, everyone's gonna complain anyways and be like, how'd you guys let this happen? Regardless of what happens, people are gonna be upset. So let's just deal with that and then, you know, start off 2021 on the right foot.
Let's pray.
This whole year has been a wash.
Now with that, let's check out some of your comments from our last weekly roundup. So Miss Sharp said, who cares who she votes for? She didn't endorse him and isn't asking people to vote for anyone. Funny, we just did the Tana story.
Yeah, that's about Addison Rae. That's the Addison Rae.
Yeah, Addison Rae. And I think Addison agreed, like she doesn't have to disclose who she's voting for or push someone to vote either way.
Yeah.
So I didn't see anything wrong with if Addison was registered.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, if you want to promote politics on your platform, you can, and if you don't, you don't have to. I think this culture of just like, who are you voting for? Tell us. Like, why can't you tell us? Oh, then you must be voting for this person that I don't like. It's like, dude.
It really is forceful. I remember even with Taylor Swift, like she was getting so much forceful energy. Like, oh, if you don't say you must be Republican, it's just such a negative
It's like,
thing.
bro, who cares? Like, let people be Republican. Doesn't mean that they necessarily support everything that all the political parties say or do.
I think that's a big root of the issue right now. It's like,
I think, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, yeah, you just can't even be like, you can't even do your own thing anymore without people like giving their opinion.
I can tell you guys right now, there's a lot of Republicans that don't support Donald Trump, but they're still Republican. Like, that's just how politics works. Sometimes you don't like the figurehead that's in charge of everything, but you support the general idea, right? It's kind of like PETA. I support the idea of helping animals. I don't support the idea of putting them down after a certain period of time and not getting adopted. Like, it's just very simple, right? So, you know.
Yeah.
That's my piece.
Yeah.
MW said no one would miss Amber if she disappeared forever. I think her parents probably would.
I think that there's a few people that would for sure,
like,
but
you guys really,
get what you're saying.
And I understand why Amber gets a lot of hate. Like, I do understand it, and I'm not on her side by any means, but she's also a human. Like,
yeah, it's a tough
one at that, but she's still a human. Like, you know, I don't know why she would do the things that she did. I don't know why she would say the things that she did.
Yeah,
but again,
I just really want to see what happens with this whole court case. It's still ongoing. There's a lot that
maybe it wasn't just her, is all I'm saying. Maybe her lawyers were like, you know what? Let's try to win the case and just
people in her ear.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why. Don't get me wrong.
She did still in their bed. I will never let that down.
Absolutely disgusting.
Like,
and that is pretty inhumane. So maybe I take back what I said about
so bad. So bad. Then Tallulah Swan said, baby's nails look like them naturally. She didn't have French tips. Thank you for everyone that informed me that in the comments.
You guys let her know. I don't know. As far as I was concerned, when babies come out, immediately they grab their hands and they just give them a little French.
I just didn't think that it was the baby was a few days old. I thought
I get it. No.
Maybe a few weeks or something, because I was like, come on, it looks like a French tip.
It did. When she pointed that out, I was like, wait, are her nails painted? And then
I know, because I have the French tip. I'm clearly a fan. So
it looks like it did look like it
Joss told me 4 seconds after that it wasn't, and that's how baby's nails look. So
yeah,
Joss, where were you a minute ago?
We were all up here laughing about that, like right after she
So
said
everyone made fun of me.
So it was great.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, that's it for this roundup. Let us know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. I've been one of your hosts, Jared Bronstein.
And I've been Mackenzie Smith. Again, like and subscribe. Also follow us on our Instagrams if you want to see more of us.
We'll see you guys
soon. And we will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys. Okay, are we filming?
Yeah, it's been filming for the past 30 seconds.
Okay, then shut up! Everyone shut up! Yeah, this is very interesting of her to, you know, come back to the internet.
Sorry, my hair was a mess. You could keep going if you want. But
no, I'll say that again.
Okay, jeez.
It looks fine.
It was just falling on my face.